We are only a few hours away from the open beta for Diablo 4, and of course today I am here to break down everything you need to know about the open beta, as well as some update for anyone that took part in the previous quote beta. But before we hop into that, I do want to give a giant thank you to everybody that is supporting over on patreon.com/Maconn, as well as a giant shout out to 1K. And with that, let's do this. Let's jump into it and discuss everything you need to know about Diablo 4 Open Beta. So to start off here, we did get an announcement that of course 1 million players did reach level 20 in the quote beta, which in return got our hands on this adorable little puppy accessory that you will be able to get a day one once the game come out in June. But with that being said, some of you might be thinking, what does this actually mean for the open beta? Since over 1 million people is a lot, especially for a beta that would involve you either buying a version of the game or by picking up some KFC. And of course, now that it's going open, there was some worries there as far as what's going to happen queue time wise and as well as stability. And of course, going into the Blizzard have said they have fixed a whole bunch of stuff thanks to the quote beta, since it is a legit beta here. And I can leap out as well. Pretty much by day 2, most of the queue times and stuff have been worked out. But with that being said, though, I would say, honestly, no matter how much it seems that Blizzard have got this semi-worked out, elite for the quote beta, I'm still elite personally, affecting probably a little bit of issues on the 4th day. So be prepared for that if you're planning on jumping in. It might be good, or it might be another crapshoot of a long queue times. Hopefully, it will be something more in the middle of only a couple minutes, and unlike quote beta, not 2 to 3 hour per queue. But we will wait and see, because if 1 million played in quotes, just imagine what we're going to get in open. And as far as the pre-download, this is once again available for everybody to hop into. So you can download it right now by either coming on over to the Blizzard website and clicking on a download and pick your platform of choice. Or if you're someone who already took place in the quote beta and you have it downloaded, at least on PC, and I believe as well on console, you should be good to go. Don't have to do anything else. But for anyone that is new hopping into the open beta, once again, it is available to just download directly off of the Xbox store, as well as the PSN store as well here. Just know if you want to search for this on the storefront, of course, make sure you go ahead and look up Diablo 4 Open Beta, and you will go ahead and find the page it listed out. I will also have them linked below, so if you're interested in downloading from the website, I will have it listed, so you can go ahead and do so. And as far of the time zones that you can be affecting to be playing, and well, when the beta going to be ending, is of course it going to be starting this Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, and we'll be going to the 27th of March at 12 p.m. Pacific as well. So go ahead, get your time ready for this, and be prepared for the beta. So there are times as well as downloading the pre-download right now. And then when it coming to the patches for what will be in the open beta, since there was a lot of issues in quotes, we did get a little bit of a breakdown here of some of the stuff that's going to be changing. So to start off, when it comes to the war boss that will be spawning on the 25th of March, we do have a updated time cycle for that. So of course, now it will be spawning at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 10 p.m., and then on March 26th, it will be spawning at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So updated time though, so you can go ahead and start adjusting for that if you want to take on the super ultra hard boss that's going to require a whole bunch of players working together for. And then coming back to what we discussed earlier about queue times, we did get a little bit of an update for that, which stated here, fix an issue with queue time will not display a time. The time the player still being in queue. So hopefully this time around the queue time will be a little more accurate. We kind of went into this a little bit in the cold beta, where it would be like, oh, you got like 1 minute in queue, and then you should stay in queue for more than that. Or other times where it would say, hey, you got an hour and a half queue, and then it ended up being 15 minutes. So, look like they did fix some of that as well, so the timer should be a little more accurate when it comes to your queue time, as well as a bug that was causing some people some issue with the quests. Since we do have a whole bunch of quests in the game, as well as the main quest, and an issue that was causing people to be in a block or getting stuck in a whole awakening quest have been fixed. So if you went into that before, now you're good to go on that, or should be. As well as fix the issue where player was unable to select higher textual setting with 16 gigs of RAM. So this is something that will affect you if you are playing and you're downloading the 4K texture pack. I don't know if that is by default on consoles or not, but I know at least on the PC version, you can choose to download it or not download it. And of course, if you do want to save space and you're all, at least on PC, maybe console as well, by not downloading the 4K texture, that will save you a whole bunch of space as well. But the bug that was tied to that have now at least been fixed though. As well as some little UI stuff such as not showing completion of challenge as not started. So if you got any of them bugs as well, that seem to be rectified, so thank goodness on that one. As well as a handful of bugs that cause crash issue, which, you know, I affiliate myself. Hopefully this is also including the memory leak I went into a little bit. I think I went into it like 2 or 3 times in the cold beta, so hopefully the crash related issues will be tied to that. Finger crossed on that one. And then for all you console players out there who are doing a co-op, might it be couch co-op mainly here, of course there was originally a bug that a player was not able to join you if you are in the prologue. That have been also rectified. So hopefully out of the gate now you will be able to play couch co-op with whoever you might want to be playing with. And also the other thing you can look forward to in this open beta is of course all 2 brand new classes coming in here with necromancer and druid. And of course these are brand new. We did not have a chance to actually check these out in the cold beta, so I'm actually pretty excited to check out necromancer in the open. And of course the 2 classes are going to be made up in the case of necromancer of you controlling minions and be able to use them to do certain power up for your character. And for druid, you are going to be able to transform between a wolf as well as a bear. And these are a little bit changing around from past Diablo game to be more as in a ability that you use and your combat will just migrate into it and then back out of it as well. And also it was stated that druid is also going to have some elemental magic as well. So this seems like it could be a very interesting class if you want to play something in between a barbarian as well as a mage. But both of them will be available to all players to check out for the beta. But with what is being added, as well as some of the stuff that is changing in the beta, we need to talk about some of the stuff that was a problem in the last beta moving forward into the open beta. So to start off, we did get some information from Blizzard that, of course, any tech issues that some of us had, especially on PC last time around, is still going to be a thing in some ways. And of course, as of now, it was recommending to change around some frame rate setting through your NVIDIA panel to help out with some of that. So sadly, it looked like we are still going to have a little bit of issue as far on the console side. I don't know if the same problem still technically existed there since I didn't have a chance to check it out. I will be checking out the console version this time around to see how that actually went. And of course, I will be streaming it here on YouTube as well as over on twitch.tv/TroyMaconn if you want to come hang out and just see how it operates if you're not able to check it out. Or maybe you just want to play with me and we will see how everything works. But nonetheless, as some performance issues still might be there. And of course, when it comes to the couch co-op side of it, it does, as of now, seem like Blizzard have given reason for not really caring about it on PC with logic, monitors, and devs, and not wanting to deal with, of course, some architectural or back-end when it comes to account management. Not exactly working out here, which in return kind of just beg the question on that end. But why not just make it, well, you buy the game, or in that case, download the beta, and then just have a second character slot that is used for whoever the second player is. But, hey, Twizzle don't want it, so it look like that won't be the case on PC. If you're playing on console, do not worry. You still, of course, going to be able to do couch co-op. So just a trade-off of being able to pick it up on console appealed to PC. Because any leading into launch, this is not changing, which is a little sad. And as well as something else not exactly working as planned here. So if you're someone who use in-game voice chat for Diablo or planning on it, just know there might be some bugs not exactly working too well when it comes to actually in-game voice chat. But I imagine most of you all probably use other applications or other means to do this. But, you know, something to keep in mind if you're planning on using public chat. It might work, it might not, or anywhere in between randomly. And there you have it. There is pretty much all the little things that are changing or being updated, and as well as some update to some stuff as well. So hopefully you have found that video helpful. If so, make sure to do the thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the wonderful bells, and of course I will have links in the description below where you can pick up your own copy if you're planning on buying it and you want to support the channel. Got some affiliate link below, as well as link to the page where you can get the beta downloaded and ready to go for when it go live in just a few more hours. And of course I will be once again live with it later on in the afternoon once I wake up, because it's almost 6 a.m. and I've been up since like 2 p.m. So let's just say life is busy right now. But I will be live the afternoon, and of course I will keep you guys updated over on Twitter as well as Discord. Link in the description for everything below. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and do it for me. If you want to check out any more Diablo guys, news, how to, and everything in between, this is the channel for you. And of course, I will go ahead and see you all in the comments.